Welcome to WEDO Pay It Forward. I'm so excited for you to hear from our great guest, Desirée Bombenon. She's the CEO and Chief Disruptor Officer for SureCall. And you're going to hear wonderful stories of how you can lead with purpose and disruption. Welcome. I'm Milena Radakovic, and this is WEDO Pay It Forward. Desiree, thank you so much for joining me today. I love the fact that you're a social entrepreneur. You're all about educating and supporting women in underdeveloped communities. How did you go about doing that as a leader?
Well, it's always been a passion of mine to support females in leadership roles, and in order to do that, we have to really look at where this assistance and support is needed. So while I was doing a fellowship at Harvard University in Harvard Business School, I worked primarily on a project around educating females, and then I brought it to life through my Hero Girls program. So that's how that all started.
That is fantastic. Now, how do you find time leading a multi-million-dollar organization with so many employees and staff, plus you have a family of kids, and leading with purpose? What is one thing that keeps it all together and keeps you going?
Well, I think it's really important to stay calm. You will run into many crisis situations, and you will run into days that you just don't want to get out of bed. And I think the most important piece is understanding the purpose, the why behind what you're doing. And you're right, there's a lot of things going on, but I'm one of those entrepreneurs who like to juggle a lot of balls, and I don't mind the busyness, and I also know what I'm accomplishing at the end of the day, and that makes it very easy to find the energy to keep going.
That's incredible. So we have a variety of different listeners. We have some female students who are looking to start their first entrepreneurial journey. We have some startups and some mature entrepreneurs who are trying to be social entrepreneurs. Can you give us a story or tips that you could share to help them in their journey as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I think, the first thing, if you're an entrepreneur, you're sort of born with that capacity to utilize risk in all kinds of meaningful ways. And I think the thing that every entrepreneur needs to understand is you're going to make mistakes. Things are not going to always go your way, and you're going to have some failures along the way. And it's your ability to get past those barriers, past those failures, and just know that you will be successful at some point. That is absolutely going to be essential to get you to success. We often, after we have a failure, we don't feel like we have the energy or the capacity to move forward past that. And true leadership is about, learning from experiences, understanding that it's important to fail forward, and then keep running with it.
Oh, fantastic. I agree. Risks is something you learn from. I say that to my daughters every day. Don't be afraid to take a risk, because you'll learn from it. You won't make it again, but you'll do something differently next time. Right now, we're past the pandemic, which I'm so grateful, as I'm sure everybody. Is there any current struggles that you're seeing in your industry or business, or even with your charity right now?
Well, I think that the important thing here is the aftermath of the pandemic has caused a lot of people to stop and pause and think about what they're doing with their lives, with their health. People have been affected, their mental health. And it's about supporting and assisting those people to get past that, and also understanding that things aren't going to be the same anymore. And maybe, people who loved doing a certain job or loved, coming to work every day decided that that's not the thing that they're going to do anymore. And we have to accept that, and we have to learn from that, and we have to move forward from that. I think mental health is such a big issue after the pandemic that business people and entrepreneurs, and if you run a business and have people that work for you, you have to stop and help people get through that. Give them the resources that they need to survive after this aftermath of the pandemic.
Oh, that's a really good point, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners right now are probably thinking how they can do a little mental check with all of their teams.
Exactly.
And one of the things that I personally have done is a lot of people look at social committees, how to make things fun, but looking at really what are the cause on the negative side. Things could be fun, but things could be very personal. Is there something that you do more individual when you see, say, a staff member maybe struggling or a team member? Is there something that you do to help them out?
Well, I will sit down and I will chat with them. I won't give them any suggestions or advice. That's not in my purview with regards to a leadership role, but it is to get them outside assistance if they are really struggling, to be able to point them in the right direction and maybe get some help for them through a psychologist or other, ERP or employment resources to assist them. But one thing that I did do as a leader in my organization is we often work at a 30,000-foot level. And when the pandemic was having these impacts, personally on individuals, I decided it was time for me to stand on the front line with my team. So I no longer looked at things at the 30,000-foot level. I had to come down and go, we need to take every day one day at a time here and really stand side by side with our team.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love hearing that. Is there, with that, you've gotten so many amazing accolades for the hard work that you've been doing over the years and growing your organization, growing your foundation. Is there one accomplishment that you're really proud of?
We've won numerous awards, but I think the thing that I'm most proud of that our organization has done is, become a certified B Corp. Being able to deal with environmental, social, and governance issues within our organization, making sure that we're doing things more purposefully, that we are trying to lead a sustainable company into the future. And I think these things are important just because of our, socioeconomic situation right now around the world. We're all worried about, carbon, we're worried about the environment, we're worried about population, we're worried about food scarcity and all of these issues. I think corporations, more than institutions, have the capacity and the agility to make impact. And that's what my organization is doing, and that's what I'm most proud of.
That's incredible. I personally have looked in that, and it is a very tasking feat to get your B Corp. Congratulations on that. That's a huge accomplishment, and I believe not only for your team, but for your suppliers and for your clients, they can just feel so much better knowing that they are working with an organization that's there for looking after not only their team, but also for the environment and for the better good of the community.
Right, and just, with that B Corp, we've also pushed for purpose over profit, as you know. And, I'm very proud of the fact that we have our Hero Girls program, but also that we're working with Amcor on the ground. And we are hopefully making a difference in the lives of many people, both victims and community, with our fight against human trafficking.
That's incredible. And what got you into that? You've always led with purpose, but how did you get into saying, this is what I want to do? How did you pick this mission?
I think it's what has most impacted, females that I've looked into, where the hardships are for women to be able to grow, to have self-efficacy, and it's always come down to things like this. They're the ones that are most impacted by human trafficking. They're the ones most impacted in, underserved communities where they don't have the education or the ability to move past the means of the communities that they live in. So this is why I chose those two specific areas. Of course, there's lots more to do out there.
That's absolutely incredible. You're going back to your company. I know the story of how you grew it. Can you tell us what was the biggest pivot within your organization where you grew it from small to now a fairly large organization. And if you can just tell us a little bit more about exactly the products and services that you do offer at SureCall.
Right. It was really in 2013 when we shifted from a profit-driven to a purpose-driven organization. And at that point, we had, there was many companies and many individuals who wanted to work for our company, many companies who wanted to utilize us for business because we were utilizing our business as a force for good. So of course, that got out into the community and we started to grow rapidly from there. Word of mouth, awards, other things that just put us out there. And we really work hard to provide a bespoke, customized solution for our clients. And what we do is front end and back end business process optimization. We utilize technology, we utilize people, we have call center services, and we're just able to provide solutions to streamline their business workflows.
That's incredible. And now I can see why you've won many awards. You've won Women of Influence, you've been inducted into the Hall of Fame of Top 100, and just recently you just won the Queen Elizabeth Jubilee. You must be so, your family must be so proud of all the accomplishments, and I personally can't wait to see what more you have. If you were going to tell a startup entrepreneur, what is the one tip that you could leave for them?
So the one tip that I would give startups or new entrepreneurs is to not be afraid to ask for help. I think as we're designing and developing and creating our own organizations, quite often we feel that we should be able to do it all ourselves. And really, the more help you get, the more assistance you accept, the better your organization is going to be because of it.
Thank you, Desiree, for your time, your commitment for leading with purpose. Where could someone reach you to maybe talk about more about your SureCall business or the foundation and charity that you're involved with?
They can reach me, they can go to my LinkedIn profile. I've got all my information there as well. You can head to my website at surecallcc.com and all of my information is there as well.
Thank you, Desiree, for your time and for your insight. Thank you, audience, for listening, and I hope to see you soon at WEDO Pay It Forward, and you'll be hearing from more amazing women entrepreneurs. Thanks again to our sponsor, Enta Solutions, for paying it forward and supporting women leaders and entrepreneurs. If you're inspired and want to join the WEDO community, then go on WEDOCanada.com and also nominate and sponsor the next inspirational woman.